Ben, and this is the 25th stanza of The Art of Peace. I'm going to engage the practice while driving. So, the connection that I typically make to the ground, whether I'm sitting or moving, is the exact same process with regards to the vehicle. So, there's the element of pressing the brake at just the right amount to stop where you want to. There's the act of knowing when to stop, the light signals or the street signals. There's the idea, and then there's the actual experience. So the blending with the moment as it is includes a tremendous number of variables. Now, with regards to meditation, mindfulness, there are many ways to do it. And one of the ways is by being mindful of the flow, everything that's going on. And another thing is concentrating or being focused in on a single thing. So, in a vehicle, it's obvious that I cannot be focused on just a single thing. There are far too many variables going on that I have to blend with in order to operate the vehicle effectively. My visual field has to be unobstructed. The signals going from my visual field have to go down into my feet. Basic stuff. My hands have to slide on the steering wheel. So these can all bring you into the moment. Now, of course, you can leave the moment, but what we always do after we come into the moment is then take it through the spine. So however you're driving, however you're seated, you simply do the exact same thing we've always done, which is start with your ground, everything that's touching something. From your ground, move into your specific areas of awareness. Areas of awareness. First is at the feet. My feet have dominated my experience recently. A lot of sensation through my feet. A lot of kind of yeah, that's the way my both feet feel right now. It all started at the Omega Institute last 2 weeks ago. I guess it was 2 weeks ago, and it all started there. And it started with twisted ankles. I twisted my ankle 3 times, and then the right foot started to hurt. That said, as I have become further and further aware of just the ebb and flow of my life, I have moved away from trying to figure out why certain things happen and have attempted to interact more with the experience of them happening. And so at moments I'll get bombarded with, what's wrong with your feet? How did this happen? How do you fix it? Is it this? Is it that? Is it this? And I'll recognize that and I'll say, okay, I see that, and then I'll just come back into the present. And what has transpired so far is that my experience with my feet has been complemented with increased sensation in all directions. So the sensation of sitting down, the sensation of taking my weight off of my feet is just so enhanced right now. It's like, wow. The sensation of reflexology done on my feet, whoa, very sensational. It is as sensational as the opposite direction. So while I'm getting the So I'm getting that on one end. I'm also getting, yeah, yep, okay, yes, oh yeah, yep. Whew, man, okay, right, yep. I'm also getting that. So back and forth it goes. Where it stops, as my grandfather would say, nobody knows. So there's no attachment to anything. There's no, I gotta get it here. Oh, no, cannot have it here. Attached to this, avoid that. Attached to this, avoid that. Every wise sage, since language, since body language, since telepathic language, whatever, every wise sage has articulated in their time's fashion the central fact that if you grasp onto anything, or if you push away anything, it just makes you suffer. You just create suffering. Try to hold on to anything. Try to hold on to the top of your inhale. Try to hold on to the bottom of your exhale. Try to hold on to the space in between. You cannot do it. It is not possible. You cannot hold on to anything. Nothing lasts except... Have you answered this question for yourself yet? Cannot hold on to anything except what you really are, which is not either the good thing or the bad thing, but the awareness of both. You are the awareness of the spectrum. The second you try to grasp or avoid any one thing, you become boxed in to one side or the other. The more boxed in you are, the more you suffer. There's just no getting around it. That the essence of suffering is the denial of what is. That's what causes suffering. That's what causes the feeling of this is never going to end. It's going to be this way for fucking ever. Or I'm never going to achieve this. I'm never going to get this. It sticks. Now, let me go back a little bit on what I said just a minute ago. There is one thing that can get stuck, and there's one thing that can stay, and that's a mindset. You can get stuck in a mindset. You can get stuck in a mindset, and that mindset will literally bounce around all over the place to maintain itself. Now, the mindset is at the fourth it's the fourth element of the mind. So you've gone through form, you've gone through feel, you've gone through perception, and at mental volition, this is where it's kind of the undercurrents, the subconscious. This is the internal belief structure, ideology, the central elements of how you perceive existence. That's there. That's that spot right there. That's getting stuck. You get your mental volition stuck on something, and that's what you get. You get stuck. So we get this. This idea has been around for forever. But what we do at Armor Down in the Art of Peace is try to break it down in language that makes more sense to the warrior mindset. See, the warrior mindset is unique because it has created through time a mindset that's hyper-attentive to detail and that puts the mission first. And the consequences of those two things is a mental volition, a level 4 element of the mind that is always analyzing the past, or can get stuck always analyzing the past or moving into the future. And then with regards to putting the mission first, it's a disconnect to the body, a disconnect to what's actually going on. And so, with that disconnect comes a series of challenges. And so we, at Armor Down, try to help point that out to you and then give you the practices that help you do it. Now, the very first, one of the things that you really got to recognize is anytime you attempt to latch on to anything, anytime you attempt to push anything away, it's just not going to work. And O-Sensei articulates this in the 25th stanza by stating, to practice properly the art of peace, you must calm the spirit and return to the source. Calm the spirit, that means calm your internal environment and return to the present moment. Cleanse the body and spirit by removing all malice, selfishness, and desire. Be ever grateful, yeah. So this is where I need to have this, or I need to push that away, must hold on, must push away. And then be ever grateful for the gifts received from the universe, Mother Nature, and your fellow human beings. So that's what I'm waiting on. That's with my feet. That's what I'm interacting with. I know that it's just part of my experience. My body is part of Mother Nature. I'm interacting with this. And so I don't fight it. I just am grateful for it. I don't desire it. I'm just grateful for it. So that's where the practice is going on right now. King, out.